That's the new EP Hockey Hair song playing. I can't wait to see the video that goes with it. Here come the refs. They're making their way out. Getting a little bit of a late start here. A Wednesday night tilt between Eden Prairie and White Bear Lake Orange. These two teams played each other once. We played both White Bear Lake teams. I don't know which ones there's which. But we tied one of them 3-3 and beat the other one 4-3, both in White Bear Lake. This one's the orange team, and then we play the other team, I think, Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Eagles match for tonight's matchup.
Our new play-by-play announcer to go with our new team walkout song of EP Hockey Hair. Just a minute and a half away from the start of this game. Malcolm Brandt is back in the lineup today after his upper body injury. He's been cleared to play. He's wearing a brace. We got somebody here who forgot their game gear. I don't know who it is. I think it's Shirley. One of the White Bear Lake games was our third game of the year. So that was even in late October. So if it was that team, then neither one of these teams are the same as they were. And then the other game was in late November, which was still a month and a half ago. So both of these teams have grown a lot, I'm sure, in that last month and a half. I've watched this EP team improve over that last 5-6 weeks. So we should be in for a good game tonight. White Bear Lake, they do the corner rah-rah. Eden Prairie sticking with their bench rah-rah. We always went to the net. All right, so Shirley is the one wearing all white with Clark and Brandt to start. Clark wins the draw, goes in, gets bumped off the puck. Brandt gives chase behind the net. Shirley out to Shirley, just fires it wide. Gudmundsson can't hold his own. 2-on-1 for White Bear Lake. That deflected just wide. Gudmundsson up to Shirley, intercepted. Comes to Clark. Thrown in by White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake back to the defenseman, throws it in deep. McMurray lets it go around. Comes all the way to Johnson, who tips it back. Reddington, Johnson, and Just are out. Intercepted by White Bear Lake. Ooh, pass just a little too much behind Shirley. White Bear Lake, pass to the front, tied up nicely by Bradle. Bradle rings it around for Just. Reddington picks it up. That's offsides. First whistle right at the 2-minute mark. Clark out there with Ryder and Agrawal on this shift. Bradle circles back to the middle, dumps it in deep. Comes to Victor, lone man back. He saucers it up. Both teams battle along the boards here. Dumped in by White Bear Lake. Bradle first one there. Fights off the check. Comes to Victor in the front. This goes tape to Ryder. He's got Clark in the middle. Ooh, that's onside. Comes back to Ryder, who throws it in the corner. Him and Agrawal converge. 3-on-2, they change, so it's a 2-on-2. A little trouble holding on to the pass. Breaks the play up for us. Rung around by White Bear Lake. Gudmundsson chips it up to Ryder. Backhands it to Malcolm. Brandt. He's making a shift at Lake. Is he playing? Oh, he's playing wing with Reddington. Shirley back out. Tipped by Shirley, but Gudmundsson's there to bail him out. Gudmundsson to Shirley, to Brandt, to Reddington. He's got a step. Fires it high over the net. Gudmundsson holds the zone momentarily. Dumped in by White Bear Lake. Shirley applying the pressure on the defenseman. Clark with it. He's got Brandt with him. He busts through. He fires it, buries it, shoots, he scores! Caleb Clark, I'm guessing unassisted, I think.
I think that's the only shot of the game.
That might have been the first shot on net by either team in this game. 4.5 minutes in. All right. Victor intercepts the pass. He makes a break. Ooh, goalie gets a stick on it. Just intercepts the centering pass. One-on-one with Bradle. Gets around him. McMurray makes his first save of the game and his second. Don't know if he got there for the wraparound or if that was defense. Get the whistle. Ooh, that goes wide. Finally cleared out. Just gives chase. Everybody else goes off for a line change. Now Just goes off. Dumped in by White Bear Lake. Shirley first one there. Pressured right away. Nice centering pass. Nice check by Reddington to break that play up. Ryder 3-on-2. Just a step off sides. He made a move right outside the blue line. Pushed Shirley a step off sides. Reddington centering Agrawal and Ryder. Gummanson told to put his mouth guard in. And there isn't really any follow-up on it, but okay. Shirley fires one long range. Smothered by the netminder from White Bear Lake.
This side is not good.
Face off won by Eden Prairie. Quick shot by Shirley from the right point. Kicked aside by White Bear Lake. Agrawal back to Ryder. Gudmundsson can't hold his own. 2-on-1. Shirley's back. Breaks the pass up. Reddington picks it up. Fights through a stick check. Brings it around to nobody. McMurray deflects that one up and over the net into the netting. Shirley dumps it in deep. He's going to be the first one to it. Can't muscle through the third guy. Held in by Victor. Nice pass. Clark bumped off the shot. Shirley throws it out to Victor at the point. Victor's shot goes just wide. I think he was hoping for a tip on that one, because that puck never left the ice. Clark forces it back behind the net. Then Brandt breaks it up momentarily. 2-on-1 again. Clark on the back check. 2-on-2 now. McMurray sticks it aside. Shirley coming up the near boards. Thought he had Clark, but Clark was going off for a change. Brandt with the forecheck. Victor takes it away. That breakout pass is broken up. McMurray blocks it into the corner. Victor does a nice job to take it away. Finds Reddington up the center. His pass. They break that one up. Kept in. Reddington got to go to the net. Got to go hard to that far post. Walk it out. Nice. Oh. Reddington gathers it up, throws it in front. He finds the 5-0. Might have been tipped by Brandt. Might be Reddington from Shirley. Or it might be Brandt from Reddington and Shirley. Clark kicks it ahead. Shirley breaks it up. They stay on sides. Throws it back behind the net. Just picks it up. He's got Clark in front. Oh, the 1-2-3 pass to Clark. Reddington gets credit for the goal. Replay might get a tip if we go back and look at it in slow-mo on a big screen. White Bear Lake comes out of their zone on the near boards, crosses the blue line, cuts back to the middle, still with it. Still with it. He's on his back. Oh, that shot just fired wide. Just picks it up on the far boards. He's got Clark in the center. Throws it in front. Goalie finds it and covers it up for a whistle. Eden Prairie up 2-0. 5 minutes and 16 seconds left in period number 1 here at the Eden Prairie Community Center, rink number 1. Reddington wins the face-off over to Agrawal, who throws it behind the net. Picked up by White Bear Lake. Cleared up to Victor, who blows a tire. Reddington pulls it off the boards. Over to Bradle. Bradle's pass deflected. Still thrown in on net by Agrawal. 2-on-1 against Bradle. Bradle breaks up the pass beautifully. Victor's pass just out of Ryder's reach. Picked up by Reddington in his own zone. He finds Victor on the near boards. Crosses the blue line, 2-on-3. He fights through a stick, no call. Ooh, the little guy with some speed. Clark bumps him off the puck. Shirley gathers it up at the center stripe. Victor's pass to Caleb. Shirley tries to make a move to the net. Broken up nicely by Shirley in the corner. They can't clear the zone though. Fights through Clark's check. Back behind the net. Shirley goes in and steals the puck. Bounces one to his brother. Puts one up to Brandt. Brandt crosses the line. He's got Reddington with him. That's going to be an icing all the way down. 3:15 left. Eden Prairie with a 2-0 lead. Reddington centering Johnson and Just. Gunmanson and Shirley playing defense on this shift. Reddington wins the draw. Shot fired wide. Johnson Comes right to Just, you can't pull the trigger. Gunmanson with it. That shot tipped just wide by Reddington. Just with it behind the net. Reddington breaks to the slot, can't get the pass to him. They had the play, they both saw it, just couldn't get the play to happen. Nice defense right there. 2-on-1 the other way. Gunmanson gets back and bumps him off. Fights through the stick check. Leaves it for Shirley in the slot. Comes up through center. Just out of the reach of Just. Too far for icing. Face off won by Eden Prairie. Cleared out. Clark giving chase. Held in by Bradle momentarily. Intercepted by White Bear Lake and then thrown in behind the Eden Prairie net. Victor gets it up to Ryder on the near boards. He chips it out. Race to the puck. Nice stick by Bradle to break that up. Ooh, McMurray's equal to the task on the short shot. Eggerwall blows a wheel. Thrown in front, picked up by Clark. Turns, gathers some speed. He's got Eggerwall with him on the far side. The stick check by White Bear Lake forces the offsides. All right, we got Shirley and Brandt centered by Reddington. White Bear Lake dumps it in deep. Victor first one to it. His breakout pass intercepted by 97. His centering pass broken up by Reddington. Shirley with it, 2-on-2. Reddington with a nice check to bump him off. Puck gathered up by Shirley. Hooked off his stick. 13, fires one, McMurray. Fought it off, sticks it into the corner. Shirley on the near boards, 30 seconds left in the first period. Fired in deep by Gunmanson. Held in by Shirley. 10-second mark. Three seconds. And that brings the first period to an end. Eden Prairie up 2-0 after one. We're back. Start of the second period. The lullaby is still going on. Waiting for White Bear Lake to get out here. All right, here we go. Starting, we're off. Puck skips off Gunmanson's stick, but he manages to get back, breaks it up. Chipped ahead to Clark, 1-on-2. He's got just in front. That pass broken up by White Bear Lake. Held in by Gunmanson nicely at the point. Centering pass broken up. White Bear Lake crosses the blue line. He walks in, fires it up and over the net. Backhands it all the way into the far corner. Clark fights through it, leaves it for Just, who overskates it. Ref helps us a little bit by keeping it from going out. We got a water bottle on the ice. And that finds the bench for a stoppage of play. We're gonna get a face off to the left of the Eden Prairie goal. Face off gathered up by Victor. Comes right to White Bear Lake. Shot deflected into the corner. Bradle battling in the corner. Now Agrawal comes down to help him out. Gathered up by Reddington behind his own net. And we're going to get a penalty on Victor for interference, I think. Oh wait, they're calling in the crease? I think Victor got away with it tripping.
He didn't trip him. He was like leaning on him, and Victor moved over and he fell down.
I don't know if you could pick that up. Looked like the player tried to draw a penalty, then fell down in the crease, and they blew the whistle for in the crease. At least that's what I've been told. Ooh, McMurray got lucky on that one, maybe a little bit. Victor go. Agrawal throws it in and they're offsides. All right, Clark, Brandt, and Shirley out there with Shirley and Gunmanson on the point. Brandt takes a check, but he gets it across the blue line. Clark centering pass broken up. Gunmanson fires it in. And the White Bear Lake goalie elects for a whistle. All right, we're back. White Bear Lake coming up the ice, intercepted by Shirley. He gets it knocked off his stick. They stay on side somehow, though. Surely with a big hit, he's getting a penalty for it. I don't know how the ref can call it. He was behind. I don't know how that ref can make that call considering the play happened behind him as he moved up off the boards. His arm was going up before the contact was even made, and I think he had the puck when contact was made. So I think that was a bad call. You rewind it, tell me what you think. Power play for White Bear Lake nonetheless. Cleared out by Eden Prairie. White Bear Lake crosses the blue line. Shirley delivers a check. Clark picks up the centering pass. He's got Brandt up ahead. White Bear Lake gathers it up, and they are just a step off sides here on the near boards. 97 didn't quite agree with the call, but face off won by White Bear Lake, but then cleared by Eden Prairie. D to D by White Bear. Eden Prairie denying the blue line. Just pestering them the whole time. White Bear finally crosses the blue line. Stay home, guys, on the penalty kill. Come on now, stay home. Thrown into the corner by White Bear Lake. Penalty about to expire to Shirley. Eden Prairie back at full strength. Eden Prairie penalty kill held White Bear Lake to 0 shots, I believe. Reddington chips it up and out. 1-on-2 for White Bear Lake, back the other way. He's looking for somebody to pass to. Nobody's there. Finally, he gets a pass. Agrawal finds the loose puck, goes up to the tape of Just. He's got Johnson coming in with him. Johnson hustling hard on that forecheck. Wins. Almost won the race. Got to take those last couple strides, guys. Reddington cuts him off. Just chases him behind the net. He gathers some speed. He gets by Gunmanson, but cuts him off. Bradle gets his pocket pick, but Gunmanson's there to help him partner out. Then he's cut off by White Bear Lake. Bradle with it again. Goes all the way across the ice to Clark. Clark's got Ryder with him. Stays on sides, gets it to Ryder. Ryder's fighting through a stick the whole time. Shirley almost loses it, but then gets it over to his partner, Gundy. All right, settle it down now, guys. Ryder with it. White Bear Lake gets on sides. Chips it back up to the highs. Clark with it. He's on a breakaway. He shoots, he scores! Caleb Clark unassisted. 3-0 Eden Prairie. That's Clark's second goal. Both of them unassisted tonight. Clark wins the draw over to Shirley. Shirley still fighting with it, still with it. Finally gets a shot, still has it. Back behind the net to Brandt. Back over to Shirley. Shirley breaks it up on the near boards. Finally cleared out. They're going to call that onside. Malcolm and Victor go in hard, but covered up by the goalie. Just past the halfway mark of the game. Eden Prairie up 3-0. Reddington taking the face-off with Shirley and Brandt on his wings. Victor and Bradle on the point. Shirley picks it up off the boards. This shot deflected by the defenseman into the corner. Brandt picks it up, looking for a pass. Fights through the check, still with it. Gets the stick knocked out of his hand, no call. Reddington cuts him off. Shirley picks up the loose puck. And the goalie equal to the task. Keeps it at a 3-goal lead. Well, this one isn't a lullaby. All right, Reddington wins the draw over to the boards. Johnson's tied up. Just can't get to the pass in front. But he does a nice job of breaking up the breakout. And he comes away with the puck. Bounces it in front. Coming to Shirley. Lots of time. Fires one right into the glove of the goalie. Holds on. .618 left in the middle period. Reddington wins it over to Johnson. White Bear Lake comes back the other way. Nice hustle back by Shirley. Oh, McMurray gloves it and then it's cleared away nicely by the defenseman. Clark intercepts or knocks that puck down. They hold it in. Agrawal fights for it. Gets it to Just. Deflects it back to himself. Quick shot. Kicked aside by the netminder. Comes on the backhand. Goalie still equal. Goalie making great saves. And a flurry by Eden Prairie. Agrawal and Just were just all over that. Clark out there with Agrawal and Ryder now. Face-off won by White Bear Lake. Chipped ahead. 97 shown into the corner by Ryder. Collision in front. Everybody's okay. Drop pass. Clark shot steered into the corner. Ryder goes in, takes it away. Centering pass to Clark, fired or deflected just wide. White Bear Lake comes back the other way. Pass to Ryder. He's got Agrawal on the near boards. Gets it to him. He just dumps it in. Then goes and applies the pressure. Will his teammates change? Comes right to Reddington. Just off the bench. His slap shot sticked aside. Bradle in the corner. He's bumped. Up off the glass and into the netting. Souvenir for a lucky fan. Okay, if you just walk a few feet this way, there you go. Bradle the victor on the far boards, thrown in deep, no icing. White Bear Lake, first one to it. Pressure applied by Brant. Shirley does a nice job intercepting the pass and gets away with a cross check maybe. Bradle does a nice job holding the blue line, throws it back in deep. Brant's going to be the first one to it. He gets it poked away from him. Victor intercepts the pass. Brant gets back on sides. Reddington takes it away. Back to Victor at the point. He fires a long shot, and Brant's there for the tip, but the goalie is there to make the stop. Slowly but surely, Eden Prairie's been taking over this game. Clark centering Johnson and Just. One back to Gunmanson. He does finally get it deep. Where it's picked up by number 11. Johnson pokes it off of his stick. Shirley throws it back in deep. Clark tips it ahead to Shirley. Stay with it, guys. Stay with it. McMurray deflects it over into the far corner. That's offsides. 2:51 left here in the second period. Got 31 minutes of ice time left. So I don't think that'll end up being a problem. But I thought that the other night. Ooh, Clark hauled down, no call. It's about the only way to slow him down. Just deflects that pass into the Eden Prairie corner. Rung around for Johnson. He's fighting off the check and lets it go. Clark, oh, so close to another breakaway. Dumped in deep by White Bear Lake. Gunmanson goes in for it. Pass just a little behind Just. He does some nice stick handling, stays with it. Crosses the red line, still fighting off checks. Reddington just steps onto the ice after Clark changed. Now the wings change as well. Eden Prairie gets back on sides. Reddington's going to be the first one there. Throws it behind the net to Agrawal. Fired all the way down for icing. White Bear Lake dads been on that glass the whole game. Face off won by Eden Prairie. Punched aside by the White Bear Lake netminder. Nice tape-to-tape pass. Another tape-to-tape pass. Ryder breaks up the pass behind the net. Finds Agrawal on the near boards. He gets to Reddington. Tape-to-tape, 1-on-3. Escape turn, pass misses. White Bear Lake coming back the other way. Victor with a nice poke check. They're battling behind the Eden Prairie net. Ooh, Clark takes a shot to the face, no call. Clark fights through that stick check. It's 2-on-2. Number 11 tips it over to the boards. Clark stays with him, pins him up. Shirley trying to pull it off the boards. Just pokes it down deeper into the corner. White Bear Lake trying the near side. Intercepted by Shirley, but then gets it taken away. 1-on-3. All he can do is just knock it into the corner. Ooh, that's the end of the second period. Eden Prairie up 3-0. Hockey game. And we get the... Oh, I thought we were migrating down to the other end. All right, third period. All right, here we go. Start of the third period. Both teams full strength. Shirley playing center in this third period. Clark and Brandt on his wings. Face-off finally controlled by White Bear Lake momentarily. Clark gets the pass from Brandt. Fluttered in. Puck sitting there. Eden Prairie couldn't find the handle to get it into the back of the net. Held in by Shirley all the way around into the near corner here. Gunmanson held it in momentarily. Then does a nice job to get back and stop the play. Ooh, the one-timer fanned on. That was a dangerous play at the side of the Eden Prairie net right there. Into the corner. Saucers it through everybody. Shirley sidesteps the check. 3-on-2. Pushed ahead for his brother. His brother gets with it in the corner. 2-on-2 back the other way for White Bear Lake. Eden Prairie defenseman shut that down. Brandt can't get it past the White Bear Lake defenseman. Still held in. Lawrence at the near point. He fires one. McMurray does a nice job of smothering it for a whistle. .13 left in the third period. Reddington centering Just and Johnson. Dangerous pass in front. Went off of Reddington's shins and just stayed right in front. And that putt goes up into the Eden Prairie bench for a whistle. Face-offs at center ice. 12:47 left in the third period. Face-off won by White Bear Lake. Gets around Victor. Reddington with it. Gets it to Just, who fires a long shot just wide. Back to the point. Agrawal throws it right back down into the corner. Johnson throws it in front. Fired down by White Bear Lake. I guess they waved off icing for some reason. I don't understand why. Maybe because there's only 22 minutes left of ice. I don't know. Well, that's a penalty, no call. He just came in and drilled Victor. Giving a rough ride back and then slashes Reddington. See if he does it again right there at the top of the screen. Pass broken up by Shirley on the near boards here. Sidesteps another check. Leaves it for Bradle. Bradle gets around his man. Oh, just can't find Ryder in front. Shirley with a long shot from the point that's deflected into the corner. Shirley gathers it up. Gets it to his brother on the point. Quick wrister. Bradle couldn't quite find the handle quick enough. Gunmanson gets it back to Bradle. Shirley circles around the puck, then fires it just over the net. Ryder trying to fight off a check. He goes down, no call. Bradle again can't get to the puck in time. Then Ryder does a cross check right in front, no call. And White Bear Lake finally comes back the other way. Brant got caught standing still a little bit. Just offsides. What a great song by the Beastie Boys playing. Hopefully I can talk over it and not get a copyright. 10:09 left in the third period. Face-off won by White Bear Lake, but then denied on the boards by Eden Prairie Brant. Shirley trying to muscle through. He finally does. He finds Clark on the near boards. Clark with a nifty move. Goes up and over the net. His bid for the hat trick denied on that one. Reddington on the boards. Circles around, thrown in front. Nice back check by Clark. Then he picks it up. It's Reddington and Clark. They stayed on sides. Circled back. That pass to Brant deflected just outside the zone. Oh, now we're going to get... Mom wasn't happy with that. Eden Prairie penalty kill. 1 for 1 so far tonight. They could be discussing, 'cause that was a clear punch. They could give him 5. Let's see what they get. Just a 2-minute goes up on the board. Eden Prairie penalty kill, 1 for 1 so far today. Didn't allow a shot. And Just chips it up, gets past the defenseman, no icing. Shirley giving chase. He's got Just in front, but we are shorthanded. That pass misses everybody. That's going to be icing. Stop the clock. There we go. 30 seconds have gone by in the penalty to Brandt for roughing. Eden Prairie still up 3 goals. Face-off won by Eden Prairie, rung around by Just. White Bear leg, first one to it on the far boards. That pass deflects to the defenseman, who gains speed here on the near boards. Rung around behind the net by Victor. Stay home, guys. Stay home.
Go Bears! Go!
Agrawal takes it away behind the net, clears it up. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Now Just has a chance. He gets it out. He's all by himself, though. Does a nice job to just get it down deep as his partner was going on for a line change. Reddington comes out. Past the halfway mark, or nearing the halfway mark of the third period. Reddington's long reach takes that away. Finds Just, crosses the red line. 18 seconds left on the penalty. He's ridden hard into the boards. 2-on-1 the other way if they hurry. Shirley's going to get to that one first, though. 4 seconds left on the penalty. And offside. So another penalty killed by Eden Prairie. No shots allowed. The center ice face-off. We know my feelings on that. Reddington wins the draw. Bradle crosses the blue line. They stay on sides. Ryder and Bradle right next to each other. Comes back out to Gunmanson. He goes all the way across. That's offsides. Okay, so why isn't that one at center ice? It was the exact same as the last one. I can't figure out why that one was there and the last one was at center. Face-off gathered up by Eden Prairie. Goes to the far boards, just out of Bradle's reach. Bradle with enough nifty little poke check. Now he's got some time. Sidesteps a check. Pins his man to the boards, but he fights through it. Reddington pushes it right back into the corner. Ryder gives chase. They go right back to where they were all pinned up. Held in by Shirley at the point. His shot deflected over to the near boards. Fights through the check by Bradle. But Gummanson does a nice job at stepping in front and breaking it up. Shirley activates. We'll call that a pass to Bradle on the far point. Pass skips through everybody back into the White Bear zone. Clark gets away with maybe another cross check there. That stick came up a little high, no call. Finally thrown in deep by Eden Prairie. 5 minutes left in the third period. Thrown in deep. On net, so there's no icing, and he decides to get the whistle with Clark barreling in on him.
Steve just feels flat, doesn't it?
Face off won by Reddington. Throws it in and just tips it on net, but stopped by the goalie. We'll line up again. He gets by Agrawal, but Victor's there to force him into the boards. Tipped out by Brandt. Reddington gets it up to Just. They're on sides. He leaves it for Reddington. He skates right into the slot. Fans on his shot, but picked up by Just, who gets it deflected wide. Now he's got it at the side of the net. Takes it behind. Kicked into the corner. Ooh, they try to get behind Victor, but he does a nice job to take it away. And that's an icing, yeah. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. Eden Prairie up 3. Little Rolling Stones action. Face off won by Eden Prairie. Bradle back to Shirley. Goes to the near boards. Comes in front. Picked up by Shirley. He gained some speed. Thrown in deep by the other Shirley. CJ. Ooh. Stick goes flying. No call. That could have been behind. Bradle finds it in front. Goalie equal to the task twice. Shirley. Offside's called. Under 3 minutes left. All right. Gunmanson gathers it up near his own blue line. Clark fights through the check. Brandt can't bury the rebound. Held in momentarily. Now it comes right to Brandt. His shot gloved aside. Thrown back the side of the net with it. Fights through the stick check of Reddington. Thrown all the way down for icing. 2:17 to go. Rolling puck crossed right over the dot.
You're falling apart.
Battling for it near the dot. Clark lets it go to Gunmanson. Gunmanson fights through the check. Clark getting to it in the corner. Clark with a nice pass up to Shirley. His backhand knocked down. Reddington with it. He finds some space. He fires one just wide. Gunmanson leaves it for Reddington. On the near board, he fights to the slot. Big kick save by the netminder. Keeps it 3-goal lead. Shirley with it in his own zone, behind his own net. Nifty little move. Gets it up to CJ, his brother. Mom calls for the pass. Puck gloved with 1 minute and 1 second left, so we'll try that again as soon as the puck's dropped. Agrawal, shot from the point. Johnson battling for it behind the White Bear net. Shirley cuts off that breakout. Pulls it off the boards, gets it over to Victor. Victor with a long shot. Just with the rebound, they try to get it to Shirley in front. He's tied up. White Bear Lake coming back the other way. 27 seconds left. Agrawal battling on the boards. 13 picks it up. Shirley turned around. Tried to get it through a couple players from White Bear. Just can't get it by the little number 4 there. And they finish the game. 3-0 victory by Eden Prairie. McMurray gets the shutout, stopping all 15 shots. Caleb Clark with 2 goals. Reddington got the 1 goal. McMurray gets the shutout. Next game, I think, is Sunday. Oh, we got the Eden Prairie Hockey Hair song going again. Turn up your TV so you can hear it, guys. All right, check your local listings for the next game. And we'll see everybody next time.